So you've seen the black phone and think you know everything about it, don't you, Mr. Smarty Pants?
Oh, good for you!
Well, let me ask you this. Do you know why the grabber chose Finn? Do you know why the grabber wore the masks? And do you know why the grabber wasn't afraid of the ghost of Richard Nixon when they met in the saloon on that one dark and dreary night? I don't either. But I do know one thing. This guy right here,
He's full of shit!
welcome to Confined Nightmares, your home for monsters, mayhem, mockery, and me, one noob too many.
Oh no, not again.
And I'll be your guide through the haunting and often hilarious world of horror. This week, we'll take a look at Black Phone, a 2021 offering by Scott Derrickson. Today, we seek to find if the grabber was as evil as we thought. No, I'm just kidding, he is. We're just making jokes. So grab some refreshments and sit back and relax, at least until that damn phone starts ringing. In today's ghostly mask-filled mock fest of the Black Phone. Our movie begins as Finney Blake steps up to the mound. It all comes down to this. Bottom of the ninth, 1 out left. If he strikes out this batter, not only will he win the game, he'll have the adoration of tens of fans, possibly earning his father's love and saving the town from a nuclear explosion. But batter Bruce is like, nah, fuck you, Finn, stay poor.
You don't have the makings of a varsity athlete.
The team lines up for the GGs, and Bruce comments on Finn's arm.
Man, your arm is mint.
That's his damn holiday body wash the wife bought me. After reintroducing me to poverty, Bruce rides on home. He gets a little extra love from the ladies, no doubt in part due to his dope shirt. Suddenly a mysterious black van pulls into frame and we fade to black. We cut to a Midwestern breakfast at Finn's house. Finn's father grabs his coffee and paper and sits down to join his son for a peaceful morning. But Finn, he can't stop sipping.
You think you can slurp that a little louder? I don't think they can hear you up in Boulder.
This is Terrence. He likes flannel, parking in the handicapped spot, and Dad lets it go. He's not unreasonable. Until Finn's sister Gwen pops downstairs acting all kinds of crazy. I agree. I tell you, these kids are out of control. The siblings head to school and see some new missing posters on the way. Finn asks Gwen if she thinks the kids will be okay, and she's like, nah, those kids are fucked. A couple kids get into a fist fight, and this kid's like,
You scrawny little beaner.
and this kid's like, I don't even like beans. The two ditch the fight and are like, you hear about that guy going around grabbing kids? Yeah, what's he called, the grabber?
What kind of stupid wiener name is that?
Even the papers call him the grabber.
Spent a long time thinking that one over, did you? You know, 'cause he grabs people. I got it. As the two head to school, a mysterious black van resembling the one we saw earlier rolls by the rest of the children. Between class, Finn gets chased into the bathroom by some bullies, but is saved by Robin, the kid from earlier. He tells the bullies to get lost, and tells Finn to stand up for himself, to watch horror movies, and maybe try a little methamphetamine to get his confidence up.
It's the best.
Gwen gets called to the office to talk to the cops. Gwen had a vision of some black balloons, and there were some black balloons found at the last crime scene, and she was talking to some kids about the black balloons. But the cops are like, we didn't tell anybody about the black balloons. I didn't tell anybody about the black balloons. Did you tell anybody about the black balloons?
How did you know about the balloons?
What aren't you telling us, Gwen?
They want to know if she knows anything about the grabber, but she's like, nah, I ain't the grabber. I don't grab anything.
Dumb fucking fart knockers.
Gwendolyn Blake!
After school, Gwen stays at a friend's house, and Finn watches some movies. Finn wakes up to hear his father chatting violently with his sister. They both have been up drinking all night. The cops visited Terrence at work and asked him about Gwen. And Terrence is like, why are you talking to the feds? Did you tell them about the bank heist? And she's like, no, of course not. They wanted to talk about the missing kids and my dreams. Terrence says, dreams are stupid. Don't be like your mother. She had dreams too, and she never made me breakfast, and that's why she's gone. Gwen being a little drunk still, she drops the bottle of vodka, and Terrence flips out and says, no more chocolate sundaes, and she heads to the living room. And Madeline McGraw puts in an incredible performance here. It is heart-wrenching to hear.
What?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
It takes me to a place that maybe I had shut it out, I don't know, but it is traumatizing. Not to mention Jeremy Davies, whose portrayal of their father, Terrence, is incredibly nuanced and much more than a surface-level abusive drunkard.
Vodka!
Although right now that's all we got. I get it. Give it time. Cutting to a much happier place, we cut to the receiving dock of a North Denver strip mall. Robin walks casually through an alleyway when what looks to be some sort of vampire Elvis steps out of a mysterious dark van. Blake's get a phone call and aw shit, looks like the grabber grabbed Robin too. As everybody searches for Robin, Finn's like, hey, talk to your boy Jesus for me, will you? And Gwen's like, fine. I already tried, and he don't like to be bothered all the time. The next day, the cops knock on Terrence's door, and they're like, hey, what would go well with Sprite and ice cubes? And he's like, vodka! With Robin gone, Finn gets his ass kicked, and Gwen attempts her first murder. Cut to science class, and this frog is like, I hate this shit. Finn gets his class crush as a lab partner, and Gwen's like, psh, that shit's gay.
Shut up, you jerk.
And she stays at her friend's house again. Finn rounds the corner to see some dork drop his eggs, and he's like, cool van, bro.
I am a part-time magician. Would you like to see a magic trick?
That's a rough gig. Part-time magician, full-time dreamer, and full-time at Kinko's. Finn gets a little too close to the van, and that's when he strikes. I do not feel bad for this child. He sees the posters every day on his way to school. The flyers are literally falling from the sky. His best friend even just got abducted. And what does he do? Oh, what's in the van? At a certain point, the kidnapper's not doing his job. Finn wakes up in a dark basement and is like, whoa, magic is crazy. And the masked dude is like, thanks, I've been practicing. Let me get you a soda. Finn scopes out the basement and is like, this place is cleaner than my house. I think I can make this work. While Gwen is over at Susie's house, she gets a call from her dad and he's like, Gwen, Finn has been grabbed by the grabber. I've gathered the whole town and the police to aid in the search, but we'll need some things first. We'll need some flashlights, some batteries, some of those swirly, round chocolate things, the ones I like, and some vodka. While everybody's out looking for Finn, Gwen is in her room like, hey, Jesus, I thought we were cool. And Jesus is like, oh shit, I forgot to call Finn. Back in the basement, Finn tries the phone. The grabber's like, nah, man, the phone doesn't work. I'm a part-time magician. What do you want?
I'm trying to use the phone!
He's like, I'll take you home soon. I just don't want to leave the house with the crock pot on. The grabber's like, I'd like to hang, but I got a Zoom call with my theater troupe. And leaves Finn alone in the basement. Finn screams his lungs out when suddenly the phone rings, but nobody's there.
Hello?
What?
So Finn gives up and takes a nap. Finn wakes up to see the phone breathing and he's like, what the fuck? And the grabber's like, I don't know, it does that sometimes. And Finn's like, what are you doing here? And the grabber's like, I just wanted to look at you, but it's all weird if you're awake, and leaves. Suddenly the phone rings again and it's the ghost of Bruce and he's like, sorry about earlier, we've only got AT&T over here and you know how that goes.
Fucking thing sucks!
Bruce is like, you gotta get out of here, man. You should try digging a hole like I did. I got one started till the grabber caught me and started complaining about property values. Finn hangs up the phone and Gwen has a vision of Finn and a young Bruce before jolting awake like, shit, I'm out of cigarettes. Back in the basement, Finn finds the spot that Bruce was talking about and is like, started my ass, and begins digging the hole, flushing the evidence down the toilet.
Bam, whoosh.
The next day, the grabber brings Finn breakfast and is like, you seen the price of eggs lately? That's crazy. And Finn's like, I don't know, man. My dad's a vegan, so... And the grabber's like, people think I'm weird. The grabber leaves and leaves the door open, and Finn is like, aw, shit. But that damn phone rings again, and the voice of another kid is like, I don't know, man, I wouldn't. Finn's like, psh, whatever, and heads upstairs. But then he's like, you know what? It ain't so bad here. He feeds me regularly, he's nicer than my dad, and at least he doesn't drink vodka! The grabber sits alone upstairs doing anything but some ab work. Gwen heads to the nurse's office to catch some Z's, and Finn gets another phone call from Billy, who's like, I forgot to tell you, don't call me Billy.
You said my name was Billy. Don't call me that.
Also, there's a cable I left that could probably help, I don't know. In the nurse's office, Gwen has a vision of Billy Showalter getting borrowed by the grabber. That dog is a co-conspirator. He's wagging his tail. You lock him up. Bad dog. Gwen raises up. I love that song so much. And bolts out of the office. Back in the basement, Finn finds that cord the paperboy was talking about. And I don't know what kind of shoelacy ass cable he found in this old ass house, but whatever. He gets up to the grate, but he's put on so much weight since being here that the grate pops loose. Crashing down upon him. Upon him? Crashing down upon. A pound mare. A pound mare. Over at Casa de Blake, Gwen approaches her dad and is like, Dad, I think my dreams can help us find Finn. Can we go look? And Terrence is like, oh, honey, your mother had dreams too, and they drove her crazy. So crazy that she took her own life. And I don't want that for you, sweetheart. I don't. Now go on upstairs and I'll be up there to tuck you in soon. Gwen's like, I'll buy you a bottle of Smirnoff. As the police speak to the neighborhood, they come across this guy named Max, and they're like, hey man, you got any extra kids lying around? We're missing some. Max is like, nah, I just been chilling here at my brother's house, dosing out my dietary supplements. I've been going over the case myself. Actually, I think the killer lives around here. And the police are like, oh, okay, that's cool. Well, if you run out of cocaine, give us a call. But then suddenly the camera pans downstairs and it looks like Finn is in the basement, and we're like, what? Has Finn been selling Max cocaine?
I knew it!
Finn digs his hole for a little bit before the grabber comes downstairs, and Finn's like, I'm hungry. And the grabber's like, the fuck does it look like I'm doing? The grabber leaves the door open again, and Finn is like, aw, shit. But as he goes to make his escape, the phone rings again, and Finn's like, oh, shit. What was I doing? And takes a nap. The grabber's waiting upstairs for Finn to take the bait. But it's hard being a full-time, single, non-consensual father these days, and he falls asleep. Suddenly, Finn is startled awake, and this ghost is like, you got a phone call. Finn's like, I just cleaned that damn floor, and answers the phone. The ghost of Yoga Boy says, it's time, Finn, you gotta get out of here. You can get out, but you'll need the code to my bike lock to escape. And Finn's like, what the fuck? And the ghost is like, he took it when he took me, I don't know, he gets attached to weird things. So Finn's like, what's the code? But the ghost is like, I don't remember. You remembered the phone number? He's like, I know, I wrote it down though. Anyways, Finn finds the code and goes to make his escape. He heads upstairs and finds the lock, but unlocking it is super loud. It wakes up the whole house. Finn makes it like 3-4 houses down and is screaming to get anyone's attention. But the grabber pulls up in his creeper van and tackles Finn to the ground. And the neighbors are like, it's probably nothing.
Fucking listen to me!
The grabber knocks Finn out and plops him back down in the basement like, I can't believe you would embarrass me like that. Across town, Gwen wakes up and has a word with the J-Man, and she's like, Jesus, what the hell, man? You let the grabber take Finn, you haven't helped me at all, and now they've canceled Starsky and Hutch. I don't know, man, I'm starting to think maybe you aren't even real. And Jesus is like, the fuck did she just say? And calls in the big guns. Suddenly, Finn gets another phone call, this time from Vance Hopper, who's pretty grumpy for a dead kid.
Cuntwad.
The two start chatting and we see a flashback where Vance is rocking out on a pinball machine when some nerds come in and mess up his game. Vance beats the hell out of him for a while, carving some numbers into this dude's arm. Vance is like, now where was I? Going to jail, that's right. We see Gwen in the vision and she watches Vance get arrested, and since she used to work for the State Department, she follows to offer legal counsel. As the car drives, Gwen listens to Vance talk to Finn, and suddenly the car stops in front of house 7741, and Gwen is like, aw shit, I thought we were going to Arby's.
Delicious, piping hot Arby's.
No, she's like, aw shit, this must be where Finn is, and wakes up from her vision. Vance tells Finn to listen up.
Cuntwad.
If you break through the wall by the crapper, you can get into the fridge, and Finn's like, to escape, right? And Vance is like,
Sure, why not?
so Finn starts smashing through the wall, stopping every so often for refreshments.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O.
He finally breaks into the fridge, but now he's just stuck in the fridge and he crawls back out like, oh my god, this movie's never gonna end. Suddenly the phone rings, and this time it's his best friend, Robin. Robin tells Finn that it's time to stand up for himself and he's gonna have to fight for his life, and gives him a crash course in landline karate. The two come up with a quick plan before saying goodbye.
It's all you from here on out.
I miss you, Robin.
Bye, Finn.
Bye, Robin.
This sounds very gay.
Finn lays his trap and we cut to Gwen biking through the rain, desperately looking for house 7741. Gwen's like, where the hell is this place? And gets a little help from our undead boy band. The ghosts scare the hell out of Gwen, knocking her from her bike, and when she gets up, she notices that this is the house from her dreams. She gets back on her bike and rushes back home to call the police. And we see the grabber shopping for some questionable items. Is this like his regular Ace Hardware? Oh, hey Donna, how's it going? No, just the tarps and ropes, please, thank you. How are the kids? And Max chilling at his bro's house. Max is looking over his research like, huh. As everyone rushes toward the house, Max starts to get a weird feeling, and he's like, you know, there's that forbidden basement door that my brother says I'm not allowed to open under the penalty of never-ending suffering. I wonder if that's related. We cut to Finn and see the basement door slowly open, and Max is like, holy shit. We got more kids than a Somali daycare around here.
I don't think it's funny.
Finn thinks he's out of the woods, but the grabber comes home from Ace Hardware and is like, don't touch my stuff, and despawns poor Max. As the grabber ties up the dog, the police burst through the door, but it's the wrong house.
It's the wrong house.
What the fuck, y'all?
The grabber finally attacks Finn, and that's when he springs his trap, using an item from each of his ghosty side quests. As Finn strangles the grabber, the phone rings one final time, and his victims have one more message for our villain.
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
With one final heave, Finn snaps the grabber's neck. Which seems funny to me, but maybe he's got a calcium deficiency, I don't know. Finn feeds the dog and heads outside to give his sister a hug, and the cops are like, oh, that house. Our family is reunited and the grabber's reign of terror is finally over. As we pan out, it's important not to forget the one true victim of the grabber, me. Well, I had a lot of fun, and if you're still here, I imagine you did too. So why don't you go ahead and check out this video here, where I go over one of my favorite movies, Friday the 13th, and this time, I'll have a 1,300-year-old undead skeleton notary that I can bounce jokes off of.
This place is cursed.
I had a lot of fun making that video, that was fun.
That does sound good.
Well, that does it for me, everybody. Stay safe, stay cool, and I'd think twice the next time I huff paint with a part-time magician.